Hey everybody, welcome back to Tavian's World of Reptiles. I hope you are all doing well and taking care of yourselves. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I got thinking about after my last video about the people not trusting snakes and how I trust my snakes more than people. Um, it's really got me thinking about something I don't think people talk about too much, and I think it's important to for anybody who's new coming into the hobby to really think about this and remember this little bit of detail. Now, I know sometimes we may get our snakes in and they may be a little bit on the defensive side. Now, not all the snakes are always going to be this way, but more chances than not, you're going to come across a snake eventually that's going to be a bit defensive. And these snakes are usually defensive because they're scared. They don't understand humans. They don't understand that we're not a danger to them unless we are telling them that we're a danger to them. Now, if you work with a snake and you have soft, calm interactions with the snake to ensure the snake that you are not a danger, you have calm movements, you don't restrict the snake, you don't grab the snake harshly, you don't treat the snake roughly, you don't drop or throw the snake, you tend to really be able to get a snake that's all docile, that is calm, that is relaxed, and will quickly understand that you are not a danger to them, and settle out so that you can have a really social and relaxed snake. Now, just as hard as it can be sometimes to get that snake to that level, as it can be difficult sometimes, it is just as easy for them to turn around and go the opposite direction with that. Now, if you get a snake who's on the defensive side, and you don't have any patience, you start getting frustrated. That will start to come through in the way that you're handling your snake, whether you mean it for it to or not. Now, you might start handling the snake a little bit rougher, having harsher movements because you're trying to get the snake to stop doing what you don't want it to do. You're grabbing the snake by its head roughly, and you're doing this on a constant basis. Like every time you're interacting with your snake, this is the way that that interaction is happening. It's just constant rough movements, right? Now, if you also get frustrated with the snake biting you and throw the snake because you're scared, or roughly put it back in its enclosure, and every time you interact with the snake, it is a rough and unpleasant experience for both you and for the snake. This is how snakes go from learning to trust you as its keeper to quickly recognizing that you are not something that can be trusted, that you are in fact a danger, that you are in fact a predator, and that it has every right to be defensive. Now, once this starts to happen, you now have a snake that has not learned to trust you, but has learned to distrust you. And this is where issues come in. Because not only is that snake learning to distrust you alone, if you get to a point where you're like, well, I don't want this snake anymore, it's too aggressive, I don't want it. You go and send it off to the next person, it's not going to just automatically adjust to that next person and assume, well, this person's going to be better. It's just now assuming that because of its experience with you, it now thinks that we as a whole, as all humans, as a whole species, are just a danger and now a predator. And so that person now has to reteach this snake to trust us and know that it is not a danger. And it's not impossible to reteach a snake to trust humans, but it can be very frustrating because it doesn't have to be. Now, maybe snakes naturally, when they're first born, they're going to be defensive. There's no stopping that. But if you have a snake later on in life who was older and has just not had any proper handling and just does not trust humans, and that is because of the lack of responsibility on somebody's end along the way. Somebody along the way has taught this snake that humans are not to be trusted, or the snake has never had any proper interaction with humans to begin with. Either way, somewhere along the way, somebody slacked off on their duties on teaching this snake to trust humans, or at least trust that we're not going to automatically harm them. So it's important when you're interacting with your snakes to always remain calm and collected, and to have a calm body and a calm voice, and keeping your hands as soft and relaxed as possible. And even when you're frustrated and you're shaking, maybe put the snake down, because you don't want that to come in through your snake's handling. They're definitely going to pick up on those subtle little movements and not to feel as secure with you as they should be. So that's all, everybody. Just try to remember to always have calm, relaxed movements with your snake, and don't teach your snakes to distrust humans. It is your responsibilities as keepers of these animals to teach them that we are safe and we are here to protect them and provide for them. And because if not, you're just going to be passing that snake off to somebody else who's going to have to reteach that snake something all over again, when it really should have been your job to begin with. So don't get these animals if you're not willing to work with them patiently. And if that means not handling them and just kind of sitting in their presence because you don't want to risk a bite, then do so. But definitely do whatever you need to do to make sure that your animals grow to trust and understand that you are a reliable source of warmth, of food, and of safety. So that is all, you guys. Take care, love yourselves, love your reptiles, love your loved ones, and you guys keep spreading those hurt.